All life shares common ancestry, all based on DNA, all based on protein, RNA. All those things are in common. Those kinds of answers from fruit flies might apply to basically every organism. I have been using fruit flies for many years. They're a nice mix of features. They have things you can measure on them. They have wings and they have legs and eyes and all that. On the other hand, having an organism with a very short life cycle is great. And so it's a balance between sort of having things to measure and then how long it takes you to actually observe evolution. And so genetics, you have to go through at least one generation. Some of our work is aimed at actually causing evolution, and we do that by what's called artificial selection. So we measure something about the fly, and when you measure pretty much anything on any organism, you're going to find that some are bigger, some are smaller, some curve to the left, some curve to the right, whatever it is. What we do with artificial selection, we say, all right, well, we want the bigger ones. Okay, so we're going to take, say, the top 20% that are the biggest for whatever characteristic we're interested in, and we'll now take their offspring and use that to make the next generation. So that's how we directly cause evolution. The complication in genetics generally is that when you look at a gene, it doesn't directly make a phenotype. It will influence or bias a whole bunch of different phenotypes. So we can't really approach it one gene, one phenotype. But unfortunately, that's still the way a lot of genetics and evolution is done. We may reach a point where we really have to start to understand bigger and bigger systems as opposed to just one thing at a time. And it's much more complex to do science that way. But if you look at human diseases, for example, the diseases that actually kill people now in the largest numbers are complex diseases like cancer. In fact, a tumor isn't you just gone wild, but it's you evolving. It's unfortunately a really good example of evolutionary genetics in action that's very bad for us. This may fundamentally change, the way we have to think about doing science, is we may just have to be broadening our imaginations all the time, just to be able to put together the things that we can measure one at a time.